The universe cannot be infinitely old. Time, by its very nature, has a beginning. So, if you're not convinced, if the universe is infinitely old, how can it ever be now? Think about it. Is the past infinite? Has an infinite amount of time passed? At this point now, has an infinite amount of time passed? Does that question even make sense in the English language? How long does it take an infinite amount of time to pass? Imagine time like a river. When the boat called now gets to you, you can finally be born. How long did you have to wait to be born? When it's now, your time, you can finally exist. How long did that take? But if the past is infinite, if the amount of time just is uncountable, every time you count it, you never get to the end, how can the boat called now ever get to you? I believe the problem is a perspective of temporal centrism. We tend to think of ourselves as at the center of everything, even time. We can imagine easily time forward, going forward in the future, infinitely, us always existing forever. So we tend to think the same way about the past, but that puts us at the center of everything, and none of us is. If you are, I'm not. If I am, you're not. This takes me back to an anthropology class I took in college back in the 1900s. The professor warned about the problem of ethnocentrism, studying cultures, examining cultures, other cultures through the lens of your own cultural history and upbringing. This also applies to time. Well, one example he gave: in some cultures, same-sex siblings are considered more closely related. So my father's brother's children would be more closely related to me than my father's sister's children. The simple term cousin is insufficient. I think that's our perspective problem. But for it to be now, for us to ever get to this point in existence, we can't have waited an infinite amount of time, because we would still be waiting. Thank you for listening.